Good morning students, welcome all of you to online English class. In the previous class, we were discussing Two Deer, a short story by Tolstoy. We have seen that in that story, the narrator presents a tiny little kingdom that is Monaco, and which is situated on the shore of Mediterranean Sea near the borders of France and Italy. In that kingdom there was a real king, and he has a palace, courtiers, ministers, generals, bishop, army, everything. But the major difference is that everything on a smaller scale. Means the major difference between the king of Monaco and other kings is that he had everything on a smaller scale. And the revenue in that kingdom was generated through tax on tobacco, wine and spirits, but whatever the income, whatever the revenue he was earning from that taxes, it was not sufficient to feed himself, to maintain his officials and his courtiers. Because in that kingdom, very few people used to drink and smoke. So that's why he had to find a special source of revenue, and that special source of revenue comes from a gaming house. And in this gaming house, people, whether they win or lose, they have to pay a large sum to the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper pays a huge sum out of his profits to the prince. So ultimately the prince was getting huge income and profit from this gaming house. So that's how he used to maintain his kingdom. He knows that it's dirty, it's not a nice thing, it is not a good thing to collect taxes from tobacco and wine and spirits, but still he has to rely on it because he has no other way. He is a king and he has to hold his court with all the ceremony of a real king. So that's why he continued with that dirty business. And now, in that kingdom, everything was going well, but few years ago, a murder was committed by a person. That murder was a strange thing in that kingdom of Monaco. Why murder is strange thing in the kingdom of Monaco? Because Monaco was a peace-loving kingdom. In that peace-loving kingdom, such a thing had not happened before. So all the judges, barristers, jurymen, they assembled with much ceremony. Ceremony means they have enthusiasm, curiosity to solve this case. They tried the case in most judicial manner, and they gave the judgment that the criminal's head should be cut off. Now the sentence was given to the king, and he read the sentence and confirmed it. If the fellow must be executed, execute him. Now the next step is to implement and execute the given death sentence, but it was very difficult for them. In this matter, there was a hitch, there was a problem. What was the problem? The problem is that in that kingdom of Monaco, there was neither a guillotine machine nor an executioner. Both are not there. Neither a guillotine machine nor an executioner. Guillotine machine, it was used to cut the criminal's head during French Revolution. It was very popular, that is guillotine machine. So now all the ministers called a council, including the king. They discussed and they decided that a letter of inquiry should be written to the French government, asking them to supply them a guillotine machine and an executioner, and what would be the cost. After a week, reply letter was received, and in that reply letter, French government clearly mentioned that to supply guillotine machine and executioner, it would cost 16,000 francs. Then the king thought, it's too dear, it's too expensive for a person like a criminal who is not worthy. He is a worthless person, and spending 16,000 francs on criminal, it's not a good thing. If he spends like that, then he has to collect more than 2 francs from each individual, so it may cause a riot. The people may revolt against the king. So the king rejected this idea. So once again the ministers assembled, a council was called. In that council it was decided that similar letter of inquiry should be written to the king of Italy. Why? Because the king of Italy was brother monarch to king of Monaco. The king of Italy was a brother monarch to the king of Monaco, and they expected that he will do the thing cheaper. Then the Italian king wrote a reply letter. In that reply letter, it was clearly written that they have pleasure they are happy to supply executioner and a guillotine machine at the cost of 12,000 francs, including travelling expenses. This is cheaper when compared to French government's expense, but still 12,000 francs means the king once again has to collect 2 francs per head. It is also not a good thing. The people may revolt against the king. Why? Because he is already collecting the taxes, and besides these taxes, if he collects once again 2 more francs, then the people may revolt against the king. It is not a good idea. So he rejected once again. Then what to be done? Once again all the ministers, they called a council. In that council, they discussed a lot. After such deliberations and discussions, they decided that they need to find a soldier who can do the thing in a rough and homely fashion. So rough and homely fashion means by taking the sword, the soldier should cut the criminal's head. So that's why a general was called. The general went and asked the soldiers. General is the head of the army, and he asked the soldiers to cut the criminal's head off. But the soldiers with one voice they said no. Why they said no? Because they don't know how to do it. They did not give any training for that. It means it was just namesake army, and they had army only for the sake of protection, and they did not wage any war so far. So that's why they don't know how to kill people. That's why they said we don't know, and we have not given any training for it. So that's why all the soldiers rejected it. Now how they are going to solve the case, let us see. What was to be done? Again the ministers considered and reconsidered. They assembled a commission and a committee and a subcommittee, and at last they decided that the best thing would be to alter the death sentence to 1 of imprisonment for life. This would enable the prince to show his mercy, and it would come cheaper. The prince agreed to this, and so the matter was arranged. The only hitch now was that there was no suitable prison for a man sentenced for life. There was a small lockup where people were sometimes kept temporarily, but there was no strong prison fit for permanent use. However, they managed to find a place that would do, and they put the young fellow there and placed a guard over him. The guard had to watch the criminal and had also to fetch his food from the palace kitchen. The prisoner remained there month after month till a year had passed. But when a year had passed, the kinglet, looking over the account of his income and expenditure, one day noticed a new item of expenditure. This was for the keep of the criminal, nor was it a small item either. There was a special guard, and there was also the man's food. It came to more than 600 francs a year, and the worst of it was that the fellow was still young and healthy and might live for 50 years. When one came to reckon it up, the matter was serious. It would never do. So the prince summoned his ministers and said to them. Now what happened? So whatever the plan, whatever the action they are taking, it is not working out, it is not working well. So that's why once again they called the council. What was to be done? Again ministers considered and reconsidered. They assembled a commission, a committee and a subcommittee. You need to remember it clearly. Once again they called a committee, a subcommittee, a council. At last they decided the best thing to alter death sentence into 1 hour imprisonment for life. So now you have to see this, you have to mention this, you have to note this. They are changing their punishment itself. So initial punishment was death sentence, but now they changed it for imprisonment for life. Why they changed it as imprisonment for life? Because they did not get guillotine machine and executioner at cheap cost with less expense. So that's why they changed the punishment itself. They changed death sentence to 1 of imprisonment for life. Okay, not to kill him, not to cut the criminal's head. Let him live in the prison till he dies. Imprisonment for life means till he dies, he has to live inside a prison. So that's the punishment was altered from death sentence to imprisonment for life. But This also did not go well. Why? Because once again they have a problem. What is that problem? And this would enable the prince to show mercy and it would come cheaper. They thought that if the prince changed the death sentence to life imprisonment, then it's like the king is showing mercy on the criminal. How he is showing mercy? Instead of killing him, instead of cutting the criminal's head, he is giving a chance for him to live till he dies in prison. So that's how he can show mercy. And one more thing, the cost may become cheaper, the expense may become cheaper. The prince agreed to this, so the matter was arranged. Now the prince was okay with it. Why? Because the expense is less, the cost is very less. The only hitch now was that there was no suitable prison for a man. There is one more hitch, which means problem. So what is the one more problem? Initial problem, there is no guillotine machine nor an executioner. No, even after altering the judgment, altering the punishment, the problem is that there is no suitable prison, there is no suitable jail. For a man sentenced for life. So if a person is sentenced for life, if a person has to live throughout his life in a prison, there is no such kind of prison. There was only a small lockup where people kept sometimes temporarily. If people do any theft, stealing, robbery, such kind of criminal activities, they used to keep them temporarily in that small lockup, but there is no permanent prison. And now they managed to find a place that would do. Somehow they managed to find a place, to find a small prison, and they put the young fellow. You need to underline this, young fellow. So how was the criminal when he was sentenced for life? When he was put in prison, he was young fellow, and placed a guard over him. So after keeping the criminal inside a prison, they appointed a guard to watch him. To take care of the criminal, a guard was appointed. So it means new expense was created. New job was created, at the same time new expense. The guard had to watch the criminal and had also to fetch his food from palace kitchen. Now the guard has two duties, two responsibilities. So what is two duties or two responsibilities? One is the guard has to watch the criminal. He has to take care of the criminal. He has to keep an eye on the criminal. The second thing is he has to fetch the criminal's food from palace kitchen. The guard has to fetch criminal's food from the palace kitchen. These are the two responsibilities of the guard. The prison remained there month after month. Now the prisoner, means the criminal, remained in the prison month after month. So a year passed. Means he spends 1 year in that prison. After 1 year passed, the kinglet looking over the account of his income and expenditure. So he was just going through, means he was checking his income and expenditure. So he was checking his income and expenditure. So one day he suddenly noticed that in the list of expenditure there is a new item. So which is that new item? This was for the keep of the criminal. You need to underline this. This was for the keep of the criminal. To maintain the criminal, to look after the criminal, the new expenditure was created. Means the new expenditure has to be paid because there was new guard and criminal's food from palace kitchen. Nor was it a small item either. So the expenditure was not even meager, small amount. Why? Because the expenditure was more than 600 francs. Per year, the king has to spend more than 600 francs for the keep of the criminal. He has to pay salary for the guard and he has to provide food for the criminal from the palace kitchen. Including these two expenditures, it would be totally 600 francs per year. And the worst of it, that was the fellow was still young and healthy. You need to underline this. How was the criminal after spending 1 year in the prison? Even after spending 1 year in the prison, the criminal was young and healthy. He was not weak, he was not old, he was young, he was healthy, he was strong. And might live for 50 years. So he might live, according to the king, according to their guess and estimation, the criminal may live up to even more 50 years. Now, each year they have to spend 600 francs. And then they have to spend 30,000 francs. So 30,000 francs, it becomes huge amount. So huge. It becomes expensive. So that's why when one comes to reckon it up means calculate. Reckon, calculate. So if the king calculates 600 francs per year, like that he might live for 50 more years. So 600 francs into 50 years, so 30,000 francs. So 30,000 francs, so it's a huge amount, it's too expensive once again. The matter was serious. So now when the king calculated the expense that he is going to bear for the next 50 years, that is 30,000 francs, so it becomes very serious. It would never do. Means it is not a good idea. Why? Because if they give him the immediate punishment, that is death sentence, it would cost them only 16,000 francs, or if they get help from Italy, it might cost them 12,000 francs, but now it is coming up to 30,000 francs. So the prince summoned his ministers and said to them, so once again, without knowing what to do or without having any other idea, without having any other alternative. So here we can see how they are continuously postponing, how they are continuously elaborating and extending the act of taking decision. They don't know how to take quick and sensible decisions. So that's why they are elaborating it, extending it too much. Now once again, the king, prince summoned means called his ministers and said to them. The king told his ministers like this: you must find some cheaper way of dealing with this rascal. The present plan is too expensive. And the ministers met and considered and reconsidered till one of them said, gentlemen, in my opinion we must dismiss the guard. But then rejoined another minister, the fellow will run away. Well, said the first speaker, let him run away and be handed to him. So they reported the result of their deliberations to the kinglet and he agreed with them. The guard was dismissed and they waited to see what would happen. All that happened was that at dinner time the criminal came out and not finding his guard, he went to the prince's kitchen to fetch his own dinner. He took what was given him, returned to the prison, shut the door on himself and stayed inside. Next day, the same thing occurred. He went for his food at the proper time, but as for running away, he did not show the least sign of it. What was to be done? They considered the matter again. So now, the king called all his ministers and he said to his ministers, you must find some cheaper way of dealing with this rascal. The present plan is too expensive. So whatever the plan, it means they changed death sentence into life imprisonment and appointed a guard to watch the criminal. This plan is too expensive. It might cost 30,000 francs. So that's why the king ordered his ministers to look for another plan, another idea. And the ministers met and considered and reconsidered. Once again all the ministers, they assembled, they started discussing. Till one of them said, so one of the ministers told, gentlemen, in my opinion, we must dismiss the guard. So why? Because if they dismiss the guard, whatever the salary they have to pay to the guard, it might be saved. So that's why one of the ministers told, we must dismiss the guard. And then the second minister, another minister told, the fellow will run away. If they dismiss the guard, what will happen? The criminal will run away. For this, the first minister told, the first speaker told, let him run away and be handed to him. So let him run away, let him move out of the prison and be handed to him means let him to himself or let him die anyhow. He is going to run out of the prison, and whatever the burden or whatever the expenditure we are spending on the criminal, it would be saved. Let him run away. So they reported the result of their discussions. The result of their discussions, they went and informed to the kinglet, and he agreed with them. And now the kinglet said yes. So here one more thing you need to clearly notice and clearly mention, that is, here the kinglet is always saying yes to the ministers. Whatever the ministers say, he is saying yes. It means the kinglet is unable to take his own decision, his own personal independent decision. He always depends upon his ministers. The king agreed. The guard was dismissed and they waited to see what would happen. So according to the plan, the guard was dismissed. They dismissed the guard so that the criminal may run away. All that was happened was that at dinner time the criminal came out, and finding his guard is not there, he went to the prince's kitchen. So now when criminal came out, he saw that there is no guard. What to do? If the criminal was ready to run away, then the king and ministers, they would be happy. But no, he is not ready to run away. Instead, he searched for the guard. Since the guard was not there, the criminal, he himself went to the palace kitchen, and whatever food given to him, fixed food, his part food, after taking that food, he returned to his prison and shut the door on himself, locked it. He stayed inside. Like this, 2 days, same thing was repeated. It means the criminal would come at exact time out of his prison, and he went to palace kitchen and he took food, whatever given to him. Once again he came back to prison and shut the door, locked the door on himself. He comfortably stayed inside. Here you need to see one more thing, the ridiculous, the funny part is that if there is no guard, any other criminal would have run away. Any other criminal will run away. But here this criminal is not intending to run away. He is not even thinking of running away. Why? Because inside that prison he is leading a comfortable life. Why? Because he is having his own space. One thing, he need not to do any other work. Second thing, and the third thing, at exact time he is getting food from palace kitchen. So if you get food from palace kitchen, you need to just imagine, or you need to just think what kind of food he might get from palace kitchen. Of course, it's delicious and tasty food he will get from that palace kitchen. So that's why he is enjoying his food, his life, being inside the prison. So he is not willing to run away. Then he went for his food at the proper time, but as for running away, he did not show the least sign of it. He did not show the least sign of running away. Not even running away, he did not show even the least sign. What was to be then? They considered the matter again. So now, what to do? They considered the matter once again. What should be done? How to deal with this criminal? How to deal with this rascal? Why? Because whatever they are planning, it is not working well. Why it is not working well? Because whatever they are planning without any future purpose or without having any kind of cleverness. They are just planning in a way to postpone the problem. They are not trying to solve it. They are not trying to fix it. They are trying to postpone it. They are trying to elaborate it. Their only intention is to punish the criminal at less expense. If they only wanted to punish the criminal at less expense, they had another alternative. What would be the another alternative? They might appoint the criminal as one of king's servant or as one of soldier without any payment, without any salary. The king and ministers, they would have decided to appoint, to turn the criminal as a soldier or as one of the servant of the king. But no, they did not do this. They are only looking at the problem from one point of view, that is giving punishment at less expense. In that also, they are continuously failing. and how they are going to solve this later on we will see in the next class. And whatever we have discussed in today's session, from this I am going to dictate you one mark questions. I'll have to write down. The first question, why the ministers changed the death sentence, why the ministers changed the death sentence into imprisonment for life, why the ministers changed the death sentence into imprisonment for life, why the ministers changed the death sentence into imprisonment for life. Next, second question, what would enable the prince, to show mercy on the criminal? What would enable the prince to show mercy on the criminal? To show mercy on the criminal. Next question, what was the second hitch? Faced by the king and ministers? What was the second hitch faced by the king and the ministers? What was the second hitch faced by the king and his ministers? Next question, where people were kept temporarily, where people were kept temporarily. Next question, how was the criminal when he was put in prison? How was the criminal when he was put in prison? How was the criminal when he was put in prison? Next question, who was appointed to watch the criminal? Who was appointed to watch the criminal? Who was appointed to watch the criminal? Next question, which are the two responsibilities of the guard? Which are the two responsibilities of the guard? Which are the two responsibilities of the guard? Next question, how long the criminal remained inside the prison? How long the criminal remained inside the prison? Next question, which is the new item of expenditure? Which is the new item of expenditure noticed by the kinglet? Which is the new item of expenditure noticed by the kinglet? Next question, how was the criminal after spending 1 year? How was the criminal after spending 1 year inside the prison? How was the criminal after spending 1 year inside the prison? Next question. How much money the kinglet has to spend? How much money the kinglet has to spend on the criminal every year? How much money the kinglet has to spend every year on the criminal? Next question. How many years more the criminal may live? How many years more the criminal may live? According to the kinglet, how many years more the criminal may live according to the kinglet? Next question. What did the prince tell his ministers? What did the prince tell his ministers? What did the prince tell his ministers after noticing the new item of expenditure? What did the prince tell his ministers after noticing the new item of expenditure? Next question. How the ministers discussed themselves? How the ministers discussed themselves regarding the cheaper way of dealing with the criminal. How the ministers discussed themselves regarding the cheaper way of dealing with the criminal. Next question. Why the ministers decided to dismiss the guard? Why the ministers decided to dismiss the guard? Why the ministers decided to dismiss the guard? Next question. What did the criminal do? What did the criminal do after the guard was dismissed? What did the criminal do after the guard was dismissed? What did the criminal do after the guard was dismissed? Next question. What the criminal did not show the least sign of? What the criminal did not show the least sign of? What the criminal did not show the least sign of? Okay, these are all 1 mark questions from today's session. Now I will dictate 4 marks questions. Write down. Why the death sentence was altered into life imprisonment? Why the death sentence was altered into life imprisonment? Why the death sentence was altered into life imprisonment? Why the death sentence was altered into life imprisonment? Next question. Write a note on keeping the criminal inside the prison. Write a note on keeping the criminal inside the prison for 1 year. Write a note on keeping the criminal inside the prison for 1 year. Next question. Why the kinglet ordered his ministers? Why the kinglet ordered his ministers to find another plan? Why the kinglet ordered his ministers to find another plan? Next question. Write a note on the discussion between the ministers and the behavior of the criminal. Write a note on the discussion between the ministers and the behavior of the criminal after the guard was dismissed. These are all 4-mark questions. So whatever the questions I have dictated you, so before answering it, go through the story once again, then you would be able to answer all the 1 marks and 4 marks. And in the next class, we will see how the king and the ministers, they are going to try to solve this case once again. So far they are completely failed, but now in the next class we will see how they are going to find a new plan. Till then, all of you read the story and stay tuned for the next class. See you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye.